Okay, let's have a look at question 12. So this is the integration by substitution question. Let's have a look. So part A, use the substitution u equal to 1 plus root x to show that this integral is in that form. Okay, so if we have u equal to 1 plus root x, I will just differentiate straight away. So du over dx is equal to 1 differentiate to 0. And then root x would be half x part negative 1/2. And then sub to the change the limits into u value. So if x1 equal to 16, so that means u1 equal to 1 plus root 16. And root 16 equal to 4, and then 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. And if x2 equal to 0, so then u2 is equal to 1 plus root 0. And root 0 is 0, so 1 plus 0 is 1. So that would be the two u values. And then now we just have to rearrange that in make dx as a subject. So du over dx, if we simplify that, would be half and then 1 over root x, because x part half is root x, and then negative 1 means the reciprocal should be 1 over. So now we have dx should be equal to 2 root x du. Then now we substitute in, that would be, so we first change the limits into u values, so 5 and 1, and then x over 1 plus root x comes by dx, which is 2 root x du. And now we just have to change everything in terms of u. So we have u equal to 1 plus root x. So if u equal to 1 plus root x, so that means we can change the denominator into the u straight away. So that would be just u and then du. And now we can try to change those two terms into u as well. So root x, that would be just, so if we rearrange this one, so if u equal to 1 plus root x, so that means u minus 1 equal to root x. So therefore, root x square will give us x. So x has to be u minus 1 square. And then root x itself is just u minus 1. And then over u du. So then if we simplify that, that would be 2 times by u minus 1 square times u minus 1 is just u minus 1 cube over u du, which is the same form as what they want. Okay, now we need to do part B. So part B, they just want us to finish that and leave the answer in the same form as they want. So we have 5, 1, 2, and then u minus 1 cube over u du. So then I will just took 2 outside first, and then 5, 1. So u minus 1 cube is just binomial expansion. So that would be u cube, and then plus, so 1, 3, 3, 1. Yeah. So 3u square negative 1, and then 3u negative 1 square, and then plus negative 1 cube, all over u du. And that will be 2, 5, 1. So u to the power 3 minus 3u square plus 3u, and then minus 1 all over u du if we simplify it. And then because we have more terms in the numerator and only one terms in the denominator, so we can just split this into individual fractions. So u cube over u, that would be u square. And then minus 3u square over u is just minus 3u. And then 3u over u is just 3. And then minus 1 over u is just minus 1 over u du. So now we can integrate it quite easily. So u square would be plus 1 to the power divided by the power. And then minus 3u, so again, plus 1 to the power, divided by the power. And then 3 becomes 3u, and then 1 over u just ln u. And then with limits 5, 1, and then 2 is the coefficient, so we just times it by 2. And now we need to substitute in all the limits in. So 5 to the power 3 over 3, and then minus 3 times by, let's put in the calculator, so 3 times by 5 square, and then divided by 2, that would be 75 over 2. And then plus 3 times 5 is 15, and then minus ln 5, and then put the brackets. And then minus 1 over 3 minus 3 times 1 is 3, and then over 2, and then plus 3, and then ln 1 is equal to 0, so ignore that. So now we just have to simplify this. So I'm going to put most of the term in the calculator to simplify first. So 5 cubed over 3 minus 75 over 2 plus 15. That will give us 115 over 6. Correct that. So 115 over 6, and then minus ln 5 is the same. And then for everything inside the second bracket, so 1 over 3 minus 3 over 2 plus 3, that will be 11 over 6, so it will be minus 11 over 6. And then simplify this again, so 115 over 6 minus 11 over 6 would be 52 over 3, and that would be 52 over 3 minus ln 5. So times them out, that would be 104 over 3 minus 2 ln 5, which is the same form as what we want. So in this case, A would be our 104 over 3, and then B is just 2.
Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, you can leave some comment. And then if you find the video helpful, please like it and subscribe it. May the A star be with you.